Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be breaking down the brand new trailer for AEW Fight Forever and pointing out some of the things that you might have missed, plus we'll also be talking the game's cover art as it looks like CM Punk may have been removed. Before we get into any of that though, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. So let's start things out by playing the trailer in its entirety for anyone that's yet to see it, then I'll check back in and we'll go through a full breakdown of everything that was shown.
AEW Fight Forever was revealed to the world.
I can't believe it, I just saw
And the reaction was nothing short of spectacular.
Bring it, let's see it! I'm better than you! Oh my God! Incredible!
Do you remember the feeling when you could just pick up and play a video game?
That feeling is back.
Are you ready to reignite the magic?
AEW Fight Forever.
Has deep career modes.
You can create your own wrestler, like me.
And use all of my signature moves.
Battle it out in some of my favorite matches, like Lights Out.
Falls count anywhere.
And don't forget about the weapons. All the weapons. Now it's time for you to create your unforgettable moments. AEW Fight Forever, coming soon.
PlayStation.
So there you go, that's the new trailer for AEW Fight Forever, but let's dive a little bit deeper and we'll go through it frame by frame as we break it down and see what else we can confirm. So let's get into the breakdown as the trailer starts out with a reveal of freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, whose shirt we've seen in the crowd since the very beginning, though this shot is the first time that we've actually seen his model. We then switch to a shot of AEW champion Jon Moxley, who we see making a championship entrance through the crowd, with this clip confirming the presence of championships along with the gold championship nameplate. Next we have the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, which the nameplate notes as an inaugural member of the Blackpool Combat Club, which goes to show that the game is pretty up to date considering how long it's been in development, though I do think Bryan's model could still do with a little bit of work. Next up, we have more footage of Adam Cole's entrance, whose model so far looks to be one of the best, before we then switch over to Le Champion, Chris Jericho. Unlike some of the other models that are quite up to date, Jericho's model is well outdated, as we still see him carrying the Inner Circle bat and wearing a Le Champion necktie, despite the fact that he hasn't been known as Le Champion for more than 2 years. Moving on to our first gameplay clip, we briefly get a glimpse of Orange Cassidy as he delivers the Orange Punch to Moxley, before the gameplay then cuts away to showcase more of the awards that the game picked up at Gamescom, where it was voted the best sports game. As we return, we're treated to the reveal of MJF, who's labelled as the self-professed king of AEW, with MJF's entrance also showing off his AEW Dynamite ring, as well as including voiceover lines of MJF telling the player, "I'm better than you." Following more accolades, we get new footage of Thunder Rosa's entrance, with Rosa this time entering as the AEW Women's Champion, which could hint that the current champion Toni Storm won't be a part of the game's initial roster, as Rosa was the former champion, so it's likely that we'll see her listed as the default Women's Champion if Storm doesn't make the cut. In the next clip, we get a quick shot of a bloody Jungle Boy laying against the barricade as we see Moxley deliver a knee strike to his back. We then get another clip of MJF, this time admiring the diamond ring, before we cut to a clip of Moxley delivering a cradle piledriver to Darby Allin. For the next reveal, we get a brief look at the entrance of Hangman Adam Page, before we quickly switch over to Sting, whose model looks to be by far the best looking model that we've seen, as Sting's model looks much more like the realistic models seen in the WWE 2K series, rather than the more stylized characters seen in AEW. Going back to gameplay, we have some intergender action up next, as we see Chris Jericho performing a lion salt against Britt Baker, before we then see him lock on the walls of Jericho to Jungle Boy. We then get some entrance footage showcasing some of the entrances that contain voiceover, where following another shot of Adam Cole, we get the reveal of Britt Baker's entrance, with the crowd getting involved with the DMD. Staying with Britt Baker, the following clip sees her in action as we see her deliver a curb stomp to Bryan Danielson, with this footage again showing off the impact effects that were seen in the previous footage, as every time you hit someone with a big move, then you'll tend to see these black circles. Returning to the entrance of AEW champion Jon Moxley, this shot gives us a great look at his character model as well as the AEW championship, with a voiceover for the clip also confirming that the game will feature a deep career mode. From there, we see Mox in action as he receives a sunset flip powerbomb from Darby Allin before Hangman goes on to confirm that players will have the ability to create their own wrestler. We then return to more footage of Jericho taking on Jungle Boy, with this shot showcasing a second version of the Walls of Jericho, hinting that we'll see Jericho side multiple versions of the move similar to the movesets in WWE. Also joining his moveset, we have the first gameplay footage of the Judas Elbow, which was one of the first moves that we've seen attempted in the original trailer, with this move again featuring the circle effect, which personally I think could look a lot better. The camera then switches to this ringside view to show off a big German suplex onto the ring apron, though it's unknown if this move is an actual apron move or if this is an example of stars interacting with the ring when moves are performed next to it, as previous footage has shown that the game does feature contextual animations that will see players react to their surroundings. The next section of the trailer goes on to showcase the Lights Out Hardcore match, where the first clip sees Britt Baker perform a diving elbow onto Thunder Rosa, who we then see land on the thumbtacks, which instantly causes her to be busted open, with the blood then appearing on the ring mat. Zooming in on the footage, as Rosa rolls over, you can actually see that the thumbtacks are now lodged into her back, which is a really cool touch, as we'll likely see them stay there for a period of time after the move is performed. The gameplay then cuts to a replay of the Cradle Piledriver that we seen earlier, before we get ringside footage of a bloody Jericho taking on Hangman Adam Page, with this footage confirming a bunch of new weapons, as we have a wet floor cone, Jericho's inner circle baseball bat, a table, a tyre, and even a skateboard. Continuing to showcase weapons, we also see footage of Britt using a fire extinguisher, with this footage also confirming the presence of a barbed wire bat, a kendo stick, and I don't know if you caught it, but the footage also confirms the presence of an alternate referee, as we have a male referee included alongside head ref Aubrey Edwards. Moving on, and we have another shot of Hangman and Jericho brawling on the outside, with Hangman laying out Jericho with a baseball bat, with this shot also confirming the tyre that we've seen in the previous clip, as well as the addition of a frying pan. Back in the ring, we see something thrown at Jericho that explodes, which when you slow it down, you can see that the item is Jericho's bottle of bubbly. Other weapons featured include an alternate baseball bat, a steel chair, a traffic cone, and possibly a sledgehammer. What this clip also gives us is a great shot of the male referee, which given this footage appears to confirm him as AEW referee Rick Knox. Continuing to showcase weapons, we get confirmation that players can ride the skateboard, as we see Darby riding it over to the ropes, with this footage also confirming a tennis racket, a cricket bat, a wet floor sign, an iron pipe, and a mop. Also confirmed, we have an American football, as we see Britt throw the ball at Moxley, with this footage also featuring what looks to be a pool cue. We then get some footage of the barbed wire bat in action, as we see Thunder Rosa use it on Britt Baker, where we actually see it give off some kind of explosion. After showcasing the weapons, we get a weird clip of Hangman walking up behind MJF, before we then cut to a replay with Hangman performing the buckshot lariat on Bryan Danielson. We then see another replay, this time showing MJF lay out Hangman with a punch, which I thought was going to be a finisher with the diamond ring, though slowing the footage down, the ring doesn't appear to be present. At this point, the trailer begins to wrap things up with a series of short clips, as we have Bryan deliver the yes kicks to Britt Baker, another shot of Jericho's Le Champion entrance, a replay of the orange punch that we seen at the beginning of the trailer, Adam Cole performing an outside dive to Moxley, Darby Allin hitting the coffin drop on Moxley, and then that's followed up with the reveal of Jade Cargill, with this clip also confirming the inclusion of the TBS Championship, before we then end on what looks to be a championship victory motion for Jon Moxley. So that's a full breakdown of everything that was shown off in the new trailer. However, one big talking point that we've yet to discuss is the artwork that was shown at the end of the trailer, as this new artwork, which is much more in-fitting with the AEW style, doesn't include a certain CM Punk who previously was front and centre on the game's cover. If this is the new cover art, then this is obviously a change that was made after the backstage altercation between Punk and the Elite, and it brings into question whether or not we'll see Punk as a playable character. What we do know is that he was featured in the demo build that was present at Gamescom and the Tokyo Game Show, so his model is complete and ready to go, though should he leave the company before the game releases, then that may change. For those hoping to see Punk in the game, Tony Khan did previously announce that Cody Rhodes would still be a member of the game's roster despite leaving the company and returning to WWE. Therefore, even if Punk was to get released, then there is still a chance that he could be included. As for the artwork change, it was previously stated that the old artwork featuring Punk wasn't final and that it still could be changed before release, so there is the possibility that this may be the new cover art, though that has yet to be officially confirmed. So that's the latest that we have on AEW Fight Forever. I was really impressed with the trailer. I thought it did a great job of showcasing the gameplay and making it look like a lot of fun, but I would love to know what you made of it, so let me know in the comments how you feel about the game having seen this latest trailer. Anyway guys, that does it for this video, but if you want to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.